Alright guys, so today we are going to start the process on putting a big bore kit on the Razor 170. So, why would be a question. This thing smokes a lot, and doing some research, people are saying that the rings are usually the problem when it starts smoking as bad as this thing does. And it does kind of lessen. It doesn't smoke near as much when it's warm. So that was kind of another symptom of that. So we got a big bore kit from Vent Racing, and we're gonna start working our way towards it. So we have to take out the seats, and this back plate comes off. This whole thing goes all the way across. We're gonna take that out to help get some access to it. But it's gonna be some plastic coming off. We gotta get that dude right there off of there and change some stuff. So there we go. So now's a good time when you get stuff apart to go through there and clean what you want to clean. If you're able to rinse some stuff off, clean some stuff up. Some of the stuff you can vacuum out.
Is this the water?
Just helps keep it nice. Well, that escalated quickly.
What?
So we took the back end of this off.
We thought it'd be a few bolts. No, there's like 40 bolts that go.
Well, we figured it'd be easier to get to the top end, which is
This is hard.
this part right here.
Yeah, show them how
You gotta
many
take
bolts
that
we had
off.
to take off just for this bag to come off.
Alright, so what we're doing is we're gonna, underneath this black part, all this black is a shroud that's coming from this fan in the back that helps cool the cylinder down. So we gotta get the carburetor off and get this black shroud off, and then we can take the top end of this thing off.
When it's up.
Hang on. Get this chain.
Yeah.
A little bit more. Nope. Let's go. That was it. You just passed it now. So.
Let me go another round. I don't know what we're looking at, but
Keep that's all the way down.
all the way down.
Alright, whoa, slow. A little bit more. Okay. That's pretty much.
Okay, tell me when it comes up again. We're gonna forget these bumps over here.
Slow. Okay, that's probably it right there. That X. Is that a mark right there?
I don't know, we need to.
That's a freaking mark right there. Look at that.
It's a mark.
That's it. That's TDC right there.
There you go.
back up, pulled that one cable off of the rev limiter. Right there, just unplugged it. Got it fired up, decent. So I changed the jets back to what's the new jets. Alright guys, so I want to give you a recap on the top end swap that we did. So it was a process, and it was what the problem that we had was that we changed everything out and we got everything the way we thought it should be, and it wasn't working. So we changed out the top end and the pistons of the piston, adjusted everything with timing, and we thought everything was good. We'd fire it and it idled perfectly. Then it started popping and shooting fire out of the exhaust and just sounding terrible when you try to give it gas. So we pulled it apart again to adjust the timing. We thought we had the timing off, and the same thing. We ended up doing that 5 times. We pulled it apart, put it together, pulled it apart, pulled it 5 times. Finally gave up. It was getting late. We kind of gave up for the night. And my father-in-law that was working with me, he said, check the rev limiter. So I came back up here, found the rev limiter, and there's one green wire that's on it. And I pulled that apart, fired right up, and no problems. So what turned out to be the problem the whole time, probably 3 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours probably, of taking this motor apart and putting it back together and taking it apart and putting it back. You know what it was? 3 hours worth? 3 hours of frustration. Parking brake. That's it. That was parking brake. Parking brake was on. We were jacking it up to make it easier for us to work on. And Ethan said, let me put the parking brake on for you since you're jacking it up. Trying to be responsible, and I appreciate that. That was the problem. The parking brake was on, and the parking brake, I guess, is tied into the rev limiter, which won't let it have throttle. That's it. We took it apart all those times. Just parking brake. That's all it was, parking brake. So today, I plugged the rev limiter back in, turned the parking brake on. Didn't change anything else. Works perfect. Perfect. No problems. So what we have now is, ooh, where are you going? What we have now is a brand new top end. We have the 180 big bore that we put in from Vent Racing. Got the 180 big bore, and also on some of the forums I found that since this is a 2010 and it's carbureted, it is prone to hard starts. So that first morning, right after we bought it, we went to Mina and tried to ride it, and it took us forever. It probably took us, we tried to start it until the battery went dead, went back to Mina, got jumper cables, jumped it off, finally got it firing. We spent hours, probably an hour and a half trying to get it started. And that's kind of consistent on, it's hard to start, hard to start, hard to start. Once it warms up, it fires off, no problem. So some of the forums I checked, they said the knees go on and get the 40 and the 110 on the jets for the carburetor. and I have no problem starting it. It fires right up, and it fires right off the bat, and it runs better. So from the little that I've seen, I hadn't ran this thing, and I haven't ran this thing in a day and a half, and I came in, just spun twice and started, which is drastically improvement. There's a drastic improvement over how it has been. So the motor sounds good, revs quick, and so we'll see. We'll go from there. Gotta get this thing put back together. The boys went with the grandma to go do some stuff. So Master William said, put it together. Go ahead and put it together. Don't wait on us. I want to be able to ride it when I get home. So I found another problem. So I'm gonna address that. Try to address that right off the bat before I start putting everything back together. Whoever changed out the sprocket, the guy that I bought it from said he changed the sprocket. Well, we were messing around with stuff. The bolts from the axle to the sprocket were loose. There's only 2 of them. There's supposed to be 3. One of them broke off in there. So we're gonna try to get the broken bolt out, put a new one in, get everything tightened down the way it's supposed to do, and then we'll go back together with everything. So that's where we stand now. Everything seems to be doing good. So, man, we appreciate it. We appreciate you watching. This just goes to show you that it's all about the journey. Whatever happens, happens. The obstacle is the way. Whatever is in the path becomes the path. So the problem we had with that, not firing the timing or whatever we thought it was, no problems. Just all part of the journey. So, and that's what this channel is going to be about. That's what this channel is going to be about. It's about the journey and the bonding between the sons and the fathers, and making things better, make a better environment for everybody. So stay tuned, keep watching, and here we go.